And now the people who are surrounding us and across the street from us are starting to cheer. You would not believe this. Everybody has their arms up in the air. Of course, everybody has a cell phone, and everyone is taking videos and pictures right now. But I see the Pope. He's less than a block from me now, coming down in the Jeep Wrangler, and of course, as it has been since he arrived here in the U.S., open on both sides. He didn't want any type of barrier between him and the people, and he is continuing to wave and smile. And we've been talking about just how contagious his smile is. Now he's waving at those students that I was telling you about earlier. These are the high school students from two different schools, from Xavier High School, which is a boys' Jesuit high school, and also girls from Notre Dame High School, which is in the West Village. By the way, Xavier is on the west side. And now the Pope pulling up in the Popemobile in front of St. Patrick's, and he is currently waving to the group of construction workers and painters and others that worked so hard on restoring St. Patrick's Cathedral as part of its $175 million restoration. And greeting the Pope here, greeting him shortly as he exits the Popemobile, will be Governor Cuomo, Senator Charles Schumer, and Mayor de Blasio, along with Cardinal Dolan. It is really extraordinary to see this. Also, auxiliary bishops are here to greet the Pope. He's shaking Governor Cuomo's hand right now and speaking with the governor, maybe in Italian, because they both speak Italian.
Mm-hmm. Linda, I know you were mentioning this, that you've covered a lot of news like we all have, and this is really an extraordinary event. So many facets to this trip, from the security to the excitement and the planning and the organization, and his first trip here. You can sense that. And you were talking about the Popemobile. Interesting, he and Cardinal Dolan, as you know, are pretty close, and they both have a great sense of humor.
Yes.
And I was reading about the Popemobile, and he said that he prefers the open one rather to the bulletproof one. And they said, "Are you concerned at all?" And he said, and he said, quote, he said, "At my age, I don't have much to lose." And that's typical of this personality, right?
Yes. He does have a wicked sense of humor.
Right.
That's what everybody says about him. And they've also said, which I heard our guest talking about this, that he is not a good singer, so he will not be singing at the vespers tonight.
Right.
But right. I'm sorry,
go ahead. Shaking the mayor's hand, and just the smiles, everyone there just smiling at him. It's so incredible to see.
Exactly, and and he's got such an interesting background, because when we keep calling him the People's Pope, when you think about, he worked in a chemical lab, his background, and he was a bouncer at a nightclub to earn extra money. And this is how he understands, I think, real life and real people, and that's part of the makeup of this pontiff.
Yes,
absolutely. And he's somebody too. He loves the tango. I mean, how many popes do you know that love the tango? And he's also a huge soccer fan.
Yes. That he talks about
Argentina.
often.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think just being from Argentina, you have to be a huge soccer fan.
Linda, you stay with us, okay? We're gonna jump over to Father Thomas Berg right now, who's joining us at the studio from St. Joseph Seminary. Father, so good to have you with us. We were on the air with you not too long ago, a couple of days, and we were talking about this trip. How are you seeing this? What are your impressions of what you've seen so far?
I keep saying that you've got to look at the whole trip as kind of a mosaic. You have to step back at the end and see it. But obviously, there's so much electricity in New York tonight.
So much.
What a great night for the Big Apple, right? But obviously, there's messages going on. But this Pope, sometimes he delivers a message better without words than with words. And I don't mean, his English was fantastic, I thought today.
Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about that.
But it's the eyes, it's the smile. It's the reaching out and touching. It's, some people were saying just to get a glimpse of the helicopter, just bring somebody to tears. So it's a great night for New York.
And Father, we've got, 7.1 million Catholics in New York? That's the largest Catholic population in the world, right?
It's huge, and it's growing. And but this is a night not just for Catholics. He is reaching out to everybody, and that's the big part of the message.